The NBA is a point guard dominated league, and it has been like that for a while. Shaq was the last truly dominant big man and the last center to win a scoring title. The game has transitioned from post to the perimeter, so it's not a huge surprise that the top 5 earners in the NBA are all guards. Here are the 10 highest paid NBA point guards in 2021. Number 10, Jamal Murray, $29 million. When Denver gave Murray a 5-year, $170 million extension in 2019, some NBA pundits considered it a huge mistake. Murray has shown some flashes of brilliance, but he was also undoubtedly a second fiddle to Jokic and couldn't match either his passing or scoring numbers. Murray never averaged 20 points or 5 assists per game in his 4 NBA years, and he also hasn't been a top-tier shooter. However, that all changed in the 2020 playoffs. Murray had 2 50-point games in the first round, and he single-handedly won multiple playoff games for the Nuggets. His shooting averages were historically great, and nobody is questioning his extension anymore. Number 9, Kyle Lowry, $30.5 million. Slowly but surely, Kyle Lowry is carving out a Hall of Fame career. A chubby, undersized point guard who had a reputation of shrinking in the clutch suddenly has 6 All-Star appearances, an NBA title, and an Olympic gold medal. He also became a floor general as steady as they come and one of the best clutch performers in the league. When his 3-year, $90 million deal expired in 2019, the Raptors awarded the best point guard in franchise history with another $30 million per year extension. Even though he's 34 years old and is arguably the 4th option on the team, Kyle Lowry deserves every penny of his contract, and I hope he does get into the Hall of Fame. Number 8, Damian Lillard, $31.63 million. It's tough to cheer against Damian Lillard. He's a fighter, he's ridiculously skilled, and his loyalty to Portland is admirable. Video game Dame signed a max deal with the Blazers in 2016, and the $31.6 million he's going to earn in 2021 is the final year of that deal. After that, Dame will get paid under the conditions of the new Supermax extension, which he signed in 2019. By the terms of the Supermax, Lillard will bag $196 million over 4 years, which will pay him a whopping $54 million in 2025. As of today, it's the largest yearly salary in NBA history. Number 7, Kyrie Irving, $33.33 million. In 2019, Brooklyn Nets positioned themselves as a desirable free agent destination after developing an exciting young nucleus and creating 2 max slots in their salary cap. After a year of courting, the Knicks failed to attract a marquee free agent once again. Durant and Kyrie moved across the bridge and decided to play in Barclays instead of MSG. Kyrie put his signature on a 4-year, $136 million deal, and he's going to earn over $33 million next year as the Nets are getting ready to contend for the title. Number 6, Kemba Walker, $34.38 million. The Celtics had a changing of the guard in 2019 when they swapped Kyrie Irving for Kemba Walker. After a disappointing ending to Kyrie's time with the franchise, Kemba was brought to bring as much talent and much more team chemistry to the young Celtics core. The chemistry wasn't an issue, but Kemba could have shown more in the 2020 playoffs, and we have yet to see if his $140 million 4-year deal will push Boston to their 18th title. Number 5, Mike Conley, $34.5 million. Free agency of 2016 was one of the wildest, if not the wildest spending spree in NBA history. With the new $24 billion TV deal, the NBA had an unprecedented spike in salary cap, and every team had plenty of cap room to sign players. Mike Conley was one of the lucky players to ride that wave, and his $153 million extension was the richest in NBA history at the time. As good as he was, his deal sent shockwaves throughout the NBA, considering he never even made an All-Star team. But if Bismack Biyombo got $70 million for averaging 5 points per game in 2016, we can't consider Conley to be overpaid. Number 4, John Wall, $41.25 million. In the 2019-20 season, John Wall played as many minutes of NBA basketball as you and I. And unlike you and I, he got paid handsomely for his efforts, or lack thereof, and pocketed $37 million. Last season was the first year of an enormous $170 million 4-year Supermax contract he signed in 2018. Unfortunately for the Wizards, he suffered an Achilles tear, which is the worst injury in basketball. If he's able to bounce back, the Wizards can still do some damage with him and Bradley Beal. If not, this could be the worst contract in recent NBA history. Number 3, Russell Westbrook, $41.35 million. Russ was one of the first beneficiaries of the Supermax contract that allows players to get to the 35% of the cap. It was designed to give small market teams such as OKC extra leverage to keep superstar players like Westbrook. Westbrook is the loyal guy, and even if he wasn't, the Thunder gave him 205 million reasons to stay in Oklahoma, which he gladly accepted. And even though he's still a great player, Houston will be glad to offload his $41.35 million this year somewhere else. As frugal as they are, they won't be too thrilled to keep paying Westbrook after his relatively disappointing performance in the last few postseasons. Number 2, Chris Paul, $41.35 million. Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook will be linked forever due to the trade that sent Paul to OKC and reunited Russ with the beard in Houston. After he was one hamstring away from defeating Golden State in 2018, Paul got into a rift with James Harden next year, after which James filed for a divorce, citing incorrigible differences. CP was then shipped to Oklahoma, together with his mammoth contract. The Thunder tried to trade him somewhere else, but to no avail. Nobody wanted to commit a big chunk of their salary cap to an aging, undersized point guard with a lengthy medical record. And then CP3 showed everybody that he's not just any undersized point guard and that he's the best small player to ever play, despite never winning a title. He unexpectedly brought Thunder to the playoffs, and his $41 million didn't look like a bad contract at all. Paul performed like a superstar, and with only 2 years left on his deal, I wouldn't be surprised if he's soon traded to a contender. Number 1, Stephen Curry, $43 million. The highest paid point guard and the highest paid player in the NBA in 2021 will be Wardell's Stephen Curry. Steph signed the Supermax with the Warriors in 2017, which secured him $201 million over the next 5 seasons. It was the first Supermax in league history, thus making it the heftiest price a team has ever paid for one player's services. And even though Steph is going to be 33 in March, there is an argument he's almost underpaid. As one of the biggest stars in the sport, the best shooter ever, and the man who changed the game forever, Steph deserves all the shine and all the green. Curry has been the heart and soul of the Dubs championship era and the main reason for their success, and it's rightfully so that he's represented by more dead presidents than any other NBA player.